Welcome back to At the Mic with Michael Schumacher, brought to you by JR's Oasis. It is more than a fuel station, more than a convenience store. It is your one-stop travel shop on ESPN Radio. And we are talking some Vermillion Tanager softball, South Dakota State softball tournament, part of our Tanager Talk, brought to you by, well, we don't have a sponsor. If you'd like to sponsor our Tanager Talks, give me a call sometime. But we are talking with Mya Halverson, pitcher, senior for this team. Mya, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing great. I'm excited for the state softball tournament. You know, I've been there the last couple of years, but this is the first year I get to broadcast to you guys. How does that feel for you guys to finally break through? Because I was talking earlier, and you guys knocked on the door in the SODAC 16 the last 2 years, had some pretty decent games, just couldn't break through. And, boy, this year you guys made it a no-doubter. How did it feel for that final out against Beersford?
It felt really good, honestly, especially like as a senior. The past couple of years, we've had a lot of heartbreak in the SODAC 16, so it was nice to finally be able to execute in that game and get there. So,
well, and we're going to talk about SODAC 16. We'll kind of bounce around a little bit, but you guys made it a no-doubter. Your team, including you, put some runs up early, allowing you to pitch from ahead, which I know for any pitcher is just a little more comforting knowing that one bad pitch isn't going to all of a sudden put you guys in a hole. But you guys made it a no-doubter. Your defense was behind you. The offense was clicking. And, I mean, you fell a little bit short. I mean, 9 strikeouts. I thought we had this nice double-digit thing going. You only got 9 strikeouts. So, no, it was an amazing performance. How does that feel to have probably your best all-around team game of the year heading into the state tournament?
It feels really good just knowing that we're playing our best right now, and that's all that we really wanted. Coach Bud is always saying that, like, it doesn't really matter how you play at the beginning of the season. It's how you finish it out. And, so it was nice to be able to have our best game in the playoffs going into state, because now we have a lot of confidence going into state, and hopefully that carries into these next 3 games.
Well, and we're going to talk about those next 3 games because you guys are an 8th seed, but I really feel like you have as good a chance as anybody. So we're going to talk about that, but I kind of want to talk about this season as a whole because it almost feels like 2 different seasons, almost 3. I'm just gonna, the way I'm going to talk about this. So the beginning, you guys struggled early on. You lost your first 3 to EPJ, Lennox, Del Rapids. Obviously, 2 of those are state tournament teams. It felt like that game against Sioux Falls Christian when you guys were able to get your first win, it felt like that changed the dynamics a little bit of the year. And then the next 3 games were losses. And I know it's weird to talk about losses being positive, but it felt like Tri-Valley, Madison, and Dakota Valley, you guys really had found something different. It felt like you guys, 3 losses, but Tri-Valley felt like a game until the end. Madison, obviously a game until the end, a 1-run loss. And Dakota Valley, score was 9-2, but again, that one was much closer than that. And since then, you guys have gone on a nice little run, beating Alcester-Hudson, beating teams like Yankton and Lennox, Gayville-Vollen, Parkston. And your last 2 losses have been to Madison by 1 run and Dakota Valley by 1 run.
Yep.
In there, you guys had an alignment change, just moved a couple of pieces around, still all the same players playing, but it felt like since then players are playing with a lot more comfort, which seems to be leading to more confidence. Madigan behind the plate, Dylan coming into her own at short, Kristen, solid at third all season long, but then Malia Johnson at second, which is huge, Jenna Peterson playing great first, and then your outfield, Quinn in left, Izzy in short has just been nothing but, spectacular. And then Reagan out in right field, just you feel comfortable. There are some that go out there and you're like, oh, nope, she made the catch. All right. You're not quite sure how it's hitting. Right fielders don't get the credit that they deserve. As a pitcher, and it feels like maybe having that confidence, I'm talking a lot here, I apologize, but it feels like having that confidence behind you, you seem to be pitching completely next level. Like I said, you were having double-digit strikeout games consecutively. You just seem to have a whole different level of confidence to you as well. How has how have those adjustments helped you as a player and a pitcher, and how has it affected this team? Because you guys just seem to be really clicking.
Yeah, I do think we're really starting to click, and everybody's confidence is just going up. And yeah, as you said, like if everyone's confident out there, it makes me a lot more confident. And I know that I have a strong defense behind me, so I don't put as much pressure on myself. So then I start doing better, and everyone else does better too. So yeah.
Well, and it's unique for a team in Class A to have so much confidence in young players. When you look at having a 7th grader out there, two eighth graders, a freshman in your starting 9, that's extreme. And in key positions, when you're talking second base and shortstop and center field, pretty much right up the middle, that is something unique. But it also is a testament to the future of this program. But I think Izzy Richardson might be the biggest one where the whole expectation has changed. In the beginning of the year, it was like, oh, she almost got to that one. Oh, she almost made that. Now, when a ball's hit out there, I think the expectation is, oh, she's going to get to that one. And it almost takes a tremendous hit for her not to make the catch.
Yeah, Izzy's doing a really good job right now. Super proud of her.
Well, and so it just, like I said, it feels like everything is clicking for you guys. And as a pitcher and as a senior, as you head into this state tournament, you have the ball in your hands every time, but you guys have as good a chance as any team. As you head into this state tournament as a senior, you also have those emotions of it being your final 3 games. You've graduated. School is done. This is kind of the last vestige of being a high schooler. What are the emotions you're facing with this?
Yeah, I'm obviously super excited that we get to go to the state tournament. And yeah, everyone's super excited about that. But it's always in the back of my mind, these are my last 3 games. So that feels a little weird, but it's probably not going to hit me too hard until after, honestly. But yeah, it's kind of just in the back of my mind right now.
Well, I completely understand that. And so as you head into these games, the first game is against West Central. How excited are you just to get that first pitch done? I mean, just get in the circle and get that first pitch. Actually, you're going to probably bat first, but get that first pitch out of the way. How much emotion will that just be off your shoulders to be there and be started?
Yeah, it's going to be great just to kind of shake the nerves off and just go out there and play. Because yeah, it's nerve-wracking for sure, but once I get out there, it'll be okay.
And as we mentioned, you're a senior. Whether you wanted it or not, and as the pitcher, you obviously have a certain amount of leadership, but as we said, incorporating a lot of younger players, what has it meant this year to not only be a leader on this team, but also maybe a mentor to some players that hadn't played varsity before, hadn't even really been with the team that much before? You're kind of leaving a legacy of not just this season, but leaving a legacy for others to build upon and for the team to grow.
Yeah, obviously I knew I was going to have to step up this year and be a team leader just because we have a lot of young kids coming in with not a lot of experience. So I'm glad that I could be someone that they could come to and learn from, and I hope that they did. And if they didn't, then I guess that's okay too. But yeah, it's been really fun to be a team leader for this team, especially just because there's so many young girls with so much talent. And yeah, they just need a little bit of extra confidence. So I'm glad I could kind of help them with that.
All right. Well, as far as Vermillion athletics go, you've been a part of a state championship basketball team. Obviously, you're the leading pitcher on this softball team that's making their first ever appearance at the state tournament. 20 years from now, at a class reunion, a school reunion, what would you like people to say when Mya Halverson is mentioned? What would you hope your legacy would be?
I just hope I made some sort of an impact while I was here. I'm not really sure what I would want people to say, I guess, but hopefully they just remember this team in general and what we've done this year. Because, I mean, at the beginning, we're a completely different team, like you said, and yeah, I just hope they remember us.
Well, and yeah, tremendous turnaround to start off, 1-6, and then only lose 3 more games the rest of the way. So basically, it really was 2 seasons, 3-6 to start, and then 6-3 the rest of the way. So it's been tremendous. So obviously we have this state tournament. And then what does your summer look like?
Just a lot of work. I work at the pool, and that's kind of it for me. So.
Okay. And then what will next academic year bring for you?
I will be at USD, and I will be majoring in exercise science.
All right.
Yeah.
And what are you hoping to do with that? Because exercise science can take you in a number of directions. That my daughter was exercise science. She just graduated, and she does personal training down in North Carolina now. What are you hoping to do with that?
Yeah, I'm hoping to go into occupational therapy at some point. Hopefully pediatric if I can. I've been interning for that, and I really like it. I've also done a little bit of interning for physical therapy, so that's another option for me. But yeah, probably one of those two.
All right. And what is it about those, either one of those, that draws you to that?
I really like working with kids, especially, and just like making a difference, I guess, because a lot of them, you see like a lot of improvement throughout this. It's a very rewarding career, and I think that's mostly about it.
All right. Well, excellent. Well, Mya, I'm going to toss out this, too, because you're going to be in Vermillion. I mentioned this to Kristen as well, but if you want to be a part of any Vermillion broadcast next year, since you're in town, feel free to reach out. Would love to have you on with me. So for whether it's softball, whether it's basketball, whatever. But I've talked to you a few different times over the last couple of years, and I just want to say it's always been delightful. I want to say thank you for always taking the time and being gracious with your time for me. And I'm looking forward to seeing your success, not only at the state tournament, but in life, just kind of following you. So thank you so much for just being you. Really appreciate it. And I want to wish you nothing but the best of luck, okay?
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much as well.
Hey, you have yourself a great day, okay?
Yes, you too. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was Mya Halverson, a senior on this Vermillion Tanager softball team, punching their ticket for the first time to the state tournament. So excited for all of them. And she's a huge part of it. The pitcher has to be a huge part of it. And so she's really pitching the best I've seen over the last 2 years. And so excited to see what this team can do. They start off with a tough test with West Central. And so I am going to say this. They're guaranteed the 3 games. Man, it would just be nice even getting a win. If they get 2 wins, that's awesome. If they get 3 wins, this boy is going to be on cloud 9. So excited to bring that to you, along with Alcester Hudson, Avon, Bonholm, Elk Point Jefferson, and Gayville Vollen. Zach Spear and I will be in Aberdeen for all of that. All right. Vermillion obviously will be on Vermillion Tanagers on YouTube. So this has been a Tanager Talk. We do not have a sponsor, so if you'd like to sponsor these Tanager Talks, we do them throughout the year. We'd love to talk with you about it. All right, we'll be back. This is At the Mic with Michael Schumacher, brought to you by JR's Oasis. More than a fuel station, more than a convenience store. It's your one-stop travel shop on ESPN Radio.